Hi, everybody. Wait a few more minutes to come on. Get everything closer here. I was trying to hook my laptop. It doesn't have a camera. It's one of those few laptops without a camera. So I just use my phone to do the live streaming. And I had this little USB camera, and I was trying to figure it out, but I'll do it later. Technology. Anyway, hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for watching. I just wanted to give an update. We are going to change our rally location today. Instead of being at Buffalo Soldiers Gate, we are going to go to the Santa Fe Bridge crossing. Okay, so there's some, possibility of leads there, and that's why we want to go there. We're still, today is 117 days for Richard that he's been missing. There's no sign of life. That's why yesterday I had to do that little shout out, and it felt really good because I feel like we're spinning our wheels. Even though, there's always like this perception that things are getting done. At the end of the day, when you look at your notes, you're spinning your wheels. Have you ever felt that way? Like you think you're on the right track, or you think that people are helping you, but they're really not. And one of the things, we have a meeting tomorrow with Major General Bernabe. And we have an agenda, and one of those, not an agenda like, they have, every time they've met with us, they haven't had an agenda. Okay? They have not sent us what they want to talk to us about. When Major General Donna Martin was here, we didn't even get a slideshow of what they did. I thought, I was kind of told that, or led to believe that, we would see what their approach is, how they were going to try to help us look for Richard, where they've looked already. Nope, nothing. They weren't even wearing their uniforms. It was just like a meet and greet. Nothing. So when you look at the notes, and we, really pressed to be able to take 2 other people with us, they did not like that. They did not want that. Why? They have like 20 people, lawyers and people writing notes and this and that. And, why can't we have 2 people along with us? Because it's not in our domain, it's in their domain. So that already makes us at a disadvantage. And then when you go in there, because you are the parents, then you're talking the whole time. So it's very hard to write notes. So it's really nice to have someone that you trust in there with you, saying a prayer for you, writing notes for you, because you're not allowed to wear your watch in there. You cannot bring any devices. You can't do any recordings. And I do record almost everything I do. And it's not to try to entrap anybody, but it's because there's so many irregularities and there's so much information here that I have to go back and I have to listen to it to get the story right. Do you know there's been 3 stories about why Richard got his Article 15? 3 stories. The first one was because he crossed the border with a weapon. That was false. So they had to backtrack on that. The second one was he disobeyed general order. But that was false because they were only on a curfew at that time, and he didn't break the curfew. So they had to backtrack on that. And then, and I would tell people, this is why he got this, And so if you haven't kept up with what's going on, and then you hear it again, you're like, well, why is she mad? Or why is she frustrated? And why is this story being told? And What about this gun? We have a video of Rob picking up Richard's rifle. So you can just scroll down. Matter of fact, we are going to make a YouTube account and put up all the videos there so that you can watch it and be informed of all the different changes in this whole storyline of what happened to Richard. And so the third one was that he broke command order. And another thing, Rob was looking through all the paperwork that was in Richard's belongings. And do you know, after his underage drinking, they flagged him. So that means that was an extra punishment on top of the Gomer. Okay. On top of the classes, on top of the $1,000 bond, he was flagged. When you get flagged, you cannot receive anything positive. No promotions, no rewards, no courses or classes, nothing. That's what that means. So for his underage drinking, he was flagged. His career ended. He was given a Gomer, and he had the $1,000 bond, and he attended those classes. And that was for an off-post El Paso, going from one parking lot to another. Now, did he go on the road? I don't know. I think so. I would assume so. But at this point, I don't assume anything. From going from one parking lot, the report says, one parking lot to another parking lot at high speed. Okay? So, wow. Why didn't they just chapter him out? They needed to chapter him out right then and there. Talk about making people suffer, being cruel. Wow. And then when you get a person like that, I know my son, he was not happy. He was not happy. He went to those classes, but I can tell you he was not happy. And the morale, and then that rubs off on other soldiers. And I'm not saying he did right, okay? But they should have chaptered him out right then and there. Because the morale, you see, with that, it's like we're all worried about virus. Well, this is a toxic virus. When you treat people like this, and you're not allowed to let them have any restoration. You make them pay restitution, but you give them no restoration. That is so bad. It's evil. God calls that evil. You need to chapter them out and let them get on with their lives. Right? See how many people agree with me. Yeah, thank you. Thank you everyone for watching. So, we have this is our thinking. He is either on Fort Bliss, dead. That's our thinking. Or he is in Juarez, probably dead. Because don't forget, we had the one man that came to the one shop and said, oh, you can take that flyer down. We have his body in Juarez. He's dead. The FBI's been looking at that. Oh, and he said he was an FBI agent. Okay. So that's impersonating an FBI agent if that's true. I don't know. I haven't heard anything back about that. So the possibilities are he's on Fort Bliss, dead, or he's in Juarez, most likely dead. Do we have tunnel vision on that? No. And to prove that point, Rob called the Irish consulate in Austin today to see if anyone showed up at any of the Irish consulates, because, of course, Richard was also an Irish citizen. Okay. So he might have went in there. 0.011, Another thing about the DUI that I have to mention is the next Monday. So we got it on a Saturday. The following Monday, what was that date, dear? The 27th?
What?
When he got the counseling? 27th of January? I think it was the 27th of January. Okay. He was brought in by his, what do you call that? The platoon?
Squad leader.
Oh, the squad leader for counseling. To tell him that, hey, dude, you're flagged now. You're in big trouble. Okay? And that paperwork shows his breathalyzer as 0.04. There are so many discrepancies with this DUI, this underage drinking. And I just think, wow, they attack you with these punishments for breaking the rule, but they don't even know their rules are never consistent. They break their, what do you call it when you tell someone that the accuser breaks all kinds of rules. It's weird. It is so weird. Because they have accused Richard of crossing the border with his loaded AR-15. That rumor was going on. That is not true. Number one, he never crossed the border. Number two, he made a U-turn and he stopped to tell the border patrol what he was doing. And number three, his rifle was in his trunk with no ammunition in there. It's never been fired. And the ammunition was in the front seat. So this is really important. He was accused of that over and over again at the beginning. And he was accused of walking away. There's no proof that he walked away. So that means there's no proof he's AWOL. There's no proof he's a deserter. There's no proof, y'all. He needs to be put on missing status. What did they do to him? See, that's where my mind goes. Because there's so many inconsistencies, because I'm hearing so many stories of what goes on in the barracks. Wow. Look at my eyes. Wow. Very bad leadership. Very bad. So bad that the first sergeant doesn't even want to talk to us, is not willing to talk to us. And like I say, I record everything I do, not because I'm trying to get anyone, but because I want to remember who said what. I want to keep all these stories straight. I love the U.S. Army. We love the U.S. Army, but right now, they don't love us. And they have been infected with way more than, with this, whatever the sickness is. They are infected with something much more devious and evil. Sorry. At least this area that we're dealing with. Okay? Something's going on. And I'm not talking about the individual people. I'm talking about the spirit of the whole, the spirit of it. Do you understand that? It's not an attack on individual people. It's attack of the whole training and the whole spirit of it and what, it's just crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, so I don't want to make this too long. My daughter said, Mom, don't make them too long. Okay. Because then she can't share them. See? All right. So we talked to the Irish consulate today. We talked to Senator Graham's office today. That is Aaron Strickland. And we told them this is what we want. when we talk to Senator Cruz's office, when we talk to Senator Cornyn's office, when we talk to our representatives, when we talk to Senator Graham's office, thank you for working hard to get them to call us. Thank you, because we need help. Okay, we need all the help we can get. So thank you so much. And what we tell them is, number one, we want immunity for these soldiers. Anyone that has information about the disappearance of our son, good, bad, ugly, we want them to have immunity. And we are hoping that it is all Richard's fault. Can you believe that? We are hoping, we are praying that it's all Richard's fault. Because do you understand, if it's not Richard's fault, what this means? If it's not Richard's fault, it's scary, because that means so many other sons and daughters are in risk, in dire risk, life risk from within. From within. We want immunity for these soldiers to speak up. Because if they are afraid, then we are going to be cast out into the darkest night, and you're going to hear weeping and gnashing of the teeth. Don't you understand? This is where we're going. There's going to be so much more suffering if they are afraid to even talk to me, a mama. I'm nobody. I'm nobody. Yeah, I guess that's why I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid because who am I? Nobody. I'm a child of God. That's all I need to be. That's all I need to be. What are they going to do to me? I've got everything I need to be. So we need immunity. The other thing that we told him that we want is we want Richard's status changed to missing. Changed to missing. So immunity for soldiers that are scared to death, the first sergeant and a captain. The captain is a West Point grad and he's scared to talk to me. Why? Richard went missing the day he had his change of command. Why is he scared of me? Wow. We got soldiers that rather be cast out into the darkest night and hear weeping and gnashing of teeth than to do their duty. Than to do their duty. And that means talking to the parents and telling the truth of what happened to Richard. So we did talk to them, and that's what we wanted. And another thing that I wanted to say is that we are going to go to Santa Fe Bridge today because there is like this much chance, my grandmother used to say, that Richard might be over there. So pray that this is Richard's fault and that he is in Juarez. Pray. Because the other means that we have been infiltrated with an enemy inside our U.S. Army that is devastating to our children. That's what it means. And that there was foul play, and Richard is dead there somewhere on Fort Bliss. And if he's in Juarez, there's a good chance that he's dead there too. And they don't want that in the news, you see. They rather make us suffer than be honorable. And if our military is not honorable, they rather make us suffer and be cruel to us. Who is going to be who wants to be a volunteer soldier if all they can offer is dishonorable conduct? They were wanting to label other than honorable conduct for Richard. Well, let me tell you what I have seen. I mean, you can sugarcoat dishonorable conduct. You can put all kinds of jelly, syrup on it, sugar, but it's still dishonorable conduct. And a first sergeant not wanting to talk to the mama of one of his soldiers is dishonorable conduct. So, yeah. I was just given a message that where Richard last worked, they have been calling to talk about Richard, because he's a Facebook friend. They can talk to them. Please talk to GCS, please. Yep. And they can be totally honest with Richard, because I know Richard. He's not a perfect person. But let me tell you, if they were imprisoning him, then that means he's a prisoner of war. That's how he was thinking. I'm a prisoner of war, and I don't think I'm going to give my enemy any satisfaction. That's information for First Sergeant Ruggiero and Captain David Park. If you were imprisoning Richard like he was a prisoner of war, he, in his mind, didn't think, this is my son. I think that this is what he thought. I'm not going to give you any pleasure. I'm not going to give you anything because you are the enemy. Nothing. So I think the unit needs to talk, and they need to become honorable. Please pray, because right now they lack it. Okay, Hannah said, not too long, Mom. I wanted to read all kinds of stuff and tell you all kinds of history. You know, I'm a homeschool mom, so I love to do all that, but I'll keep it short. I love all of you. Thank you for your support. Thanks for watching. Kisses. Hugs. Fear not, for I am always with you until the end of the age. That's what our Lord tells you. Bye, tells us. Bye.